So we have to be better than the other business owners who don't know how to do it. You will know how to do it brilliantly well by the end of the 5 days. AI is going to be the game changer for every single business owner, and it will not put you out of business. All right. It's wicked fast, and now it's getting complex because what you were using last week, there's a better tool this week that combines 3 tools or 6 tools together. Neuromarketing is your ability to trigger this neural activity and then lead a prospect, somebody who may or may not be interested in what you have, through an end-to-end sales process by understanding how the brain processes and makes decisions from information, information, right? All the way through, okay, to decision making, which requires different parts of the brain. And your ability, my ability to deliver information in a way that is easy for their brain to process it, makes it easier for you to do what you need to do as a business owner, and that is to showcase your program, your product, or service. Does this make sense so far? And by the way, the more you feed me yes, no, John, in the chat, the more I get excited, because that's my way of communicating with you. So please let me know, does that make sense? All right. So what we want to do is understand some of our fundamentals so we're better marketers. Now, I want to have you give me a promise. I always do this before I really start. You know, when we're talking about neuromarketing, it's very, very powerful because it's really the art and science of ethical persuasion. Ethical persuasion. So here's the commitment I need from you. I will teach you some of my very best stuff. I can't give you everything in this channel. I'll give you some of my best stuff. Do you commit and promise that you will use it for good instead of against somebody or to somebody's detriment? Do you commit to using it for good? If you do, just let me know yes in there, because it's very, very, very powerful. Okay. So I can see that you can. I don't want to be teaching these advanced persuasion techniques for people who use it for nefarious desires and for your own goodwill. Here's what I've learned. When you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. So be a go-giver and a go-getter. All right. So give me that commitment and let me continue. All right. So let's start with a couple of things that are happening right now. Okay. I see 5 big problems. I'm going to show you how to solve them. Number 1. Okay. And Carol, I'm not sure why this is not flying in. All right. But number 1. Okay. Would you agree with number 1? Focus on number 1 from now. It's harder and harder and harder right now to get and keep a prospect's attention because there are so many messages on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Reels, Shorts, etc. It's harder than ever before because everybody has access to their cell phone. Everybody has access, to a computer for the most part. So it's harder to clear through the clutter and the noise. So we have to be better than the other business owners who don't know how to do it. You will know how to do it brilliantly well by the end of the 5 days. Number 2, would you agree? Oh, by the way, the reason it's harder is because everybody has a certain level of attention units when they wake up every morning, and they are depleted so fast because most people wake up with their phones and they're scrolling left and scrolling right and flicking up and flicking down and going from here to there. Their attention units diminish just like their willpower, neuromuscle depletes as well. Number 2, would you agree that there are more choices today than ever before, which can cause a lot of confusion and overwhelm? Yes or no? It's best to know the problem and then come up with a solution. Number 3, and on day 3, I'm going to help you take care of this. Would you agree that artificial intelligence has changed the game? Of course, right? You're watching it everywhere. A company called OpenAI just came out of nowhere in January, had 100 million users in less than a week. 100 million users in less than a week. 10% of the population right now in the United States is using some form of AI. 16% of businesses are using AI. AI is going to be the game changer for every single business owner, and it will not put you out of business. So you take a sigh of relief. However, businesses, coaches, lawyers, doctors, estheticians, massage therapists that use AI, they will put you out of business. Why? It is a $250,000 outstanding expert assistant for you in every discipline, written, auditory, visual, with the most amazing abilities when you know how to use it. All right. And Lisa, I'm glad you like it. So AI has changed the game forever. I'm going to share with you the good news and bad news about that, right? The good news is it'll give you abilities to do the things that you're not good at in seconds, not hours, in seconds. The bad news is you and I don't like change. Our customers don't like change. So if you don't like change as an adult, then you learning something new, which requires your attention and energy, your brain is naturally going to resist it. I'll show you how to overcome that. Number 2, the speed at which the change is happening right now. In the last 7 days, for example, 7 days, over 1,000 new artificial intelligence tools have come out on the market. 1,000 for your legal, for your finance, for your marketing, for your sales, for your management, for your finance, for every single department, for every single thing you or your friends or family would need for your personal life or your business life. There's over 1,000 tools that have come out in the last week alone. All right. It's wicked fast. And now it's getting complex because what you were using last week, there's a better tool this week that combines 3 tools or 6 tools together. We will deal with that on day number 4 or 5. Then here is the bigger issue that we're all facing right now. Trust. Some of you, have worked with me for a year or 2 years or 3 years, and I've helped you grow your businesses to $1 million or $5 million or $10 million or 500 grand. Some of you, this is, your first time that you're exposed to me. So you had to trust what you saw in our marketing to be here. And hopefully I over deliver and we build some trust. Let me ask you a question. Number 1 in the chat. How many of you have worked with me in the past? Let me know in the chat. Heather Keikel. Hi, Heather. I just saw a beautiful new picture of you the other day. So how many of you have worked with me in the past, right? Thank you, Robin. It makes sense so far. Awesome. And thank you for your trust. So how many of you is the first time? How many of you have worked with me in the past? Awesome. So trust is the new currency. And here's the problem. And I'll show you how to overcome all this stuff. Trust is the new currency. And here's the problem. With artificial intelligence that can develop relationships online better than you and I can develop relationships online, we won't know in many cases whether we're talking to a chat bot or a real human. Why? The way AI works is it is the most advanced, sophisticated, smart systems in the world to be able to mimic human behavior. Human emotions is coming next in every single category, in every single language. All right. And so how are we going to gain trust? In the future, a hologram of me will be able to do that Right now, I'm here live in San Diego, all right? So what you have to understand is part of yours and my job as it relates to your program, product, or service is we have to develop real relationships between real people and use technology for leverage to help us. Does that make sense? Hey, this is John, and if you liked that video, watch the next video because it is packed with things that you can do right now to achieve success way faster than ever before.